Thank you to Astepro and Liquid IV for sponsoring us. More on them after the reaction.
Real Rejects got invited back to WonderCon. Come geek out with us in person Sunday, March 31st.
Citizens of the Reject Nation, we are diving into X-Men 97 Episode 3, The Number of Wolverine's Claws. We hear is the greatest episode of all.
He's got 6 claws.
He's got 3 claws in each hand. We're keeping that in. Claws. Maybe episode 6 is great too. Diving into episode 3. Very excited. Love the first 2. Please leave a like if you're enjoying this show as much as we are. Please leave a comment letting us know which of these character arcs you're most enjoying. And if you're not a friend of humanity, you're a friend of us, Reject Nation, please share this video around. Tag us. We'll share it too. We're very excited. Thank you very much to the fine folks at Prepper. Thank you very much to each and every patron that watches this in its entirety, front to back, beginning to end, including our pensive resting watching faces. All of that's available over at Patreon. Also available over at Patreon is exclusive watch-alongs with Greg and John, where they watch content just for those patrons, those sexiest of rejects. Without further ado, let's get sexy with Magneto in 3, 2, shtick. I love this so much every time. What are the new scenes for episode 3 going to be?
Oh, new stuff.
Ooh, that's issue 1 cover.
Hey,
Ooh,
took
and
the
he's
Jubilee
back.
roll.
Yeah. Oh, that's new. That's trippy. I did
Is
that.
it too? That's new.
Oh, that's new. Oh, the kiss through the hand. That's so sad and beautiful.
They keep bringing back the Sinister moment.
I think Sinister's going to be responsible for Madeline Pryor, I believe.
Yeah, that makes sense. Second to last episode was his origin tale of this show.
And I think he's coming in live action. I think we finally get Sinister.
Fire made flesh.
Ooh.
Her mind is dense,
Ooh, faceless.
as if her awareness was born only yesterday. I see a den of confusion and pain.
It's gotta be a Sinister.
Yep, 100%.
Then, escape.
Madeline
Desperate.
Pryor.
Alone. Finally, purpose. And hope. Home.
Oh, she doesn't even necessarily know.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
Sinister.
there he is.
Yes.
Who she is or where she came from remains a mystery.
Well, this isn't gonna get confusing or anything. Let's call this mystery gal in the bed Jean Doe. All in favor?
Hey, Shi'ar reference.
The Jean that lies on this couch would appear to be the actual Jean Grey.
She's the fake.
Damn.
That's why the scorn.
I used gamma rays to isolate the hemoglobic properties of both genes' genetic markers, effectively carbon dating each woman on a cellular level.
English sugar.
We know what it means.
Our gene is a clone.
Impossible!
Existential crisis.
I have memories. Her mind, it's just fragments. Your science could have been manipulated by someone with wicked intentions. Scott, tell them.
Or Sinister did that intentionally for this exact
From
purpose.
the moment you were kidnapped.
Scott.
I'm still keeping the baby.
I don't trust you at all. The Jean I know faints a lot more.
We just have to be sure.
Storm would have believed me.
Ouch.
Oh, the Ascani son, Cable.
Scott, you could have 2 wives now. Look at the positives.
Everyone wins.
I can take him.
He's fine.
Oh, the distrust.
Beast tests won't change the fact that I'm Nathan's mother.
No one is saying that. Just with the Professor and Storm gone and Magneto here, it's been a lot for everyone.
Yeah.
I don't know what to believe right now.
Just go.
I mean, she definitely gave birth to that kid.
Yeah, no
though.
matter what, that's her child with him.
Yeah.
But that's not the Jean he thinks it is.
Jean Grey. Are you Jean?
Hello? Who's there?
Oh, the music.
Answer.
Organs.
This one's leading into the horror quite a bit already.
It's a fun idea with that character.
You hadn't heard of Magneto taking over the X-Men. What about this?
Time isn't some history book, man. It's always writing, flipping back a few pages, rewriting things, skipping forward, headed into...
Oh, my stars and garters.
Yeah, he said the thing.
He said it! He said it! Scientists, like artists, have signatures to their work. I know who cloned Jean.
Oh!
A man so dark and twisted he can be described as nothing other than
Sinister. I mean, you guys have had your encounters with Sinister before wanting to take your DNA. You guys should know.
Who are you?
Most refer to me as Mr. Sinister, but you can call me Father.
Ooh.
It's so soapy and horror.
You are our son, Nathan.
Yep.
Yeah,
Completed his goal.
that's why I made you. Baked you.
So it's true.
Wow.
I'm not Jean Grey.
Oof.
Come to me. Only I can usher you and your son to your royal destiny.
You're still alive.
Every cell in you belongs to me. Your mind, your body. You have no choice.
Still that odor, though.
I wonder what kind of fall safes he'd be able to implant.
Time to wake up, my queen. Struggle, of course, is quite useless. My influence over your mind is flawless.
Oh, shit.
It's that she becomes Madeline Pryor, the dark elements.
Cracking this. Oh, cool.
Oh, that fourth wall break, but it was that POV. That's great. That's the cover of the comic that married in, which is an awesome use. Nicely done.
Huh.
I love the colors of Madeline Pryor playing here.
Mommy's busy.
Oh, shit. Mommy Dearest has come out.
They shall know my inferno.
Awesome.
Inferno!
Awesome. She looks great.
That was cool.
I love how gothic horror this is.
Mm-hmm. Tone's really accelerated.
Ghosts.
Ooh.
This is becoming a haunted mansion episode.
Looks the dark energies of Madame Pryor is like a huge thing. She runs corners of hell.
That you, Gambit? Logan?
Oh.
Here, need some help with those hard-to-reach spaces.
Always with the jokes, eh, Morph? As if I don't know. As if we all don't know.
Oh, preying on the fears.
Say it ain't so.
Get on back to the swamp with the rest
Whoa.
of the nasty thieving critters, women.
You're like a centipede. Oh, why are they melting together? Oh, no. Oh, the body horror.
We've got full Cronenberg.
Oh, my God. This is so cool.
Not you. Not again.
Who is he afraid of? Oh, I wonder if he had anything to do with Morph.
Gene, Nathan, no! This can't be good.
Whoa. What a fun house.
Failed to sire a child with the proper wife. Failed to lead the team. Flunk. Failed. Nothing.
You abandoned me, Bishop.
Oh, no.
You're not real.
But the trauma's real.
This is not my son.
Oh! This is the coolest thing ever.
It's like the worst horror movie ever. The whole mansion's possessed.
Gambit can never unsee that.
Downstairs, now!
What the heck is going on?
Haven't you figured it out? We're in hell.
Welcome to the Inferno.
While I share Sinister's apparent affection for Dante's Inferno, I must ask how he's exerting this much power over our perceptions of reality.
It's not him, it's Madeline Pryor.
No, this is Gene, the clone.
Wake up the not clone Gene.
Do something.
Yo, Cyclops, hit me.
I was like, a Cyclops got a little smile now.
Charge him up.
Oh, sweet.
See, like, Avengers are a team, but X-Men are a family, so the way they play is great. Yes!
So these are perceptions they're fighting right now. These are real.
Demons from hell.
Okay.
Controlled by the other Gene.
That was awesome, Bishop.
You're welcome.
You owe me a Coke. Not clone, it's awake.
OG Gene. So cool. She never gets to be a positive deity.
Gene.
The original Jean always faints. It is her.
The original Jean is always wailing, too.
You don't have to do this.
Who doesn't? Me? Who am I? Say my name, Scott. No? Allow me. I am beyond Jean Grey, beyond the X-Men.
Say it.
I am the Goblin Queen.
Whoa!
This was just a taste of
Full
what
title
waits
in
for you
one.
if you follow. My suggestion.
Oh, she can take the baby?
Don't.
Take the baby.
Dude, Evil Jean's hot as hell.
I mean, you should see her comic outfit.
Sinister created the clone. He made her so he could get his hands on our son.
Mr. Sinister?
Always wanted that clone baby.
He was a scientist in the 1800s. Then he started cutting up mutants, stealing our DNA to enhance himself, prolong his life. He can even take away their will.
Just like in that episode.
We got to see the old school, yeah.
There's too many.
She must not remember how to entirely control her powers.
They know how to reference older episodes without needing to like dive into it. It's really
Yeah,
smart.
it's really clever exposition.
How could I lead the team when I can't even protect my own son? My own her.
Okay.
Sinister has plagued us far too long, and it is time the madman pay for his malevolent appropriations.
I can show you where he is. I'm not gonna let him hurt anyone.
So it is
From
OG
the canon
Jean's,
of the original.
It is OG Jean's baby, and that the clone was made to take the baby. Got it.
No, I think it's new Jean's baby.
But they said they wanted to get the baby.
Well, I think it's still Scott's baby.
Okay. Oh, but it just meshed with the DNA of the. Okay, yeah.
Because he
bottom line
wants
was to get
Summer's
the
DNA.
baby. Yeah.
Yeah. He's always wanted Summer's DNA.
Yeah.
You are my greatest prize. You random, writhing thing of chance. The combination of your parents' unique genetics.
Oh my God.
Did you just drop a baby in acid?
You must be made invulnerable. A new breed of perfect creations will be born this night by my will.
Techno-organic virus?
Oh, heavens. Love that they're really capturing the vampiric nature of him.
Remember, Jean is Sinister's victim too. She's under his control.
Better listen. I know not what I do.
I'd obey her. Come on. Look
I
at her.
mean, real dangerously hot.
I knew you'd follow, Scott. It's all you do.
Fight, Sinister. Use the powers of your mind.
Oh, cool.
Magic!
Do not want to fight you, comrade.
I don't want to fight you either.
New mutants, baby.
Yeah.
I want you to fight for me.
They fight in hell all the time. Like they're two commanders of the Dark Realm.
Oh, that's a nice Easter egg.
Yes, my queen. I am power!
Whoa, there she is when she's yes.
Give us the boy, you brimstone clone.
I applaud your magnetism. But my telekinetic charm extends beyond mere metal.
Fair.
Look at you. A villain playing dress up as a hero. I should have you as a toy.
I just love the color palette here.
Oh, concussive blast to the face.
Don't worry. You'll bleed too.
Remember who you are, what you mean to us, to me.
Logan.
I like him as an anchor that way. That's great.
Deeper.
I feel good. You're looking at me, telling good things about me. This is the
dipped in
attention
nice
I've always
things.
wanted.
Stare deeper to my eyes.
Oh shit! They're playing with fire right now.
Yeah, literally.
Scott, he's in danger.
Oh, poor
You ruined the
Wolverine.
moment.
I was so enthralled.
Your body is in no condition.
Beast, please. My body won't be an issue.
Don't talk about her
Beach,
body.
please.
Now,
Please, please.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
The amount of expressionism on screen is undeniable.
you took my face, my husband, my family, and now my mind. Enough violation!
Oh, just the dismissal, the power of Jean.
I was Phoenix. Me, power incarnate.
Phoenix.
Power.
Scoop.
Is that all you can remember?
Let's rewind the clock back.
Cool.
Hello there. Do you know who I am, Jean?
Mom and Dad called you to help fix me.
Scared of Cyclops?
They say I think too much.
All I do is think too.
I remember this, but what happened? When did we find our power?
Literally reflect.
Watch out! My best friend, she died. It awakened our gifts. All this pain.
This is brilliant.
No, it's my pain, not yours.
Oh, wow, what a lot.
Can you tell me who I am?
Oh,
Can you say which of these memories is
holding
yours
onto that
and which
paper
are mine? Can you?
Oh, cool.
We are what we remember, and you remember nothing.
Class.
That's clever.
Whoa! Whoa! This is so insane. This is like a Terrence Malick movie. Break it down right to the core.
Oh, Scott.
Which Scott blasted off the umbilical cord.
Snip.
Nathan, how could I forget? He's more than a memory. He's a living reminder of the purest love two people can share. And no one can ever take that away from you.
Beautiful.
Oh, he gives her back the memory.
Greatest moment of my life.
What a cool Love Conquers All visual.
Let's go save Nathan.
What a great act of self-love.
Yeah.
What?
Just sad and out of frame.
You stay away from our son! Your powers are nothing against mine.
It's over, Sinister.
Is it now? Ladybird, Ladybird, fly away on your child, all gone.
Oh, God. Nathan.
Oh, the techno-organic virus.
Right there.
Monster!
He's gonna have
what
to-
have you done?
He's made him a badass. You have no idea how badass he's
Gonna be tough guy.
It's a techno-organic virus strain.
Oh, there it is.
Sinister's variant is too advanced. It could take months to develop a cure, and the virus is already spreading rapidly.
So what you're saying is not here, not in our time.
Are they gonna take him to the...
What if there's a cure in yours, Bishop? In the future?
This makes sense.
They're doing the Ascani Sun
This
story.
makes so much more sense now.
Oh, that's so exciting.
I do know a guy there. Smart. Can build anything.
Forge!
Yeah.
Only got enough juice for Nathan and I.
Meaning, we can't go with you.
They're doing the Hope storyline, but with Nathan kinda...
I won't be like my father. I won't
Oh.
abandon my son.
We said we'd give him the best possible future.
Don't worry, you'll see your son again. You just won't know it's your son when you're talking to him.
Season 1.
Any of you know how it feels to be abandoned?
Damn.
He won't feel abandoned, I promise.
I can't be a part of this.
Whoa. This is some mature ass shit right now.
There'll be days when you're lonely or scared. But you are perfect, my baby. No, in our time here, we thought about you endlessly. We love you so much, Nathan.
How do you cope with this?
Owe you nothing less than the best possible future.
Man.
I like how they're explaining this. Because, yeah, Cable's in the show, but he's from the future.
But he's from the
show.
future, and
Yeah.
she meets him season 1 and knows Nathan, and then she names him Nathan, they cycle back.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, you could watch episode 1 now from this.
clever.
Oh, the classic cover.
This is your home, too. How much do you remember? It's strange, but most everything. Then you know how much I've wanted to go. To start a new life. All we have now is the future.
What a bye trip.
My next life will be mine. Take care, Jean. Call me Madeline Pryor.
There it is.
Farewell, Madeline. Farewell, Jean.
Can't wait to see Rhodey deal with that in Armor Wars.
It's gonna go great.
Oh, it's another hot one.
Tequila Mockingbird. Let's just sound that out. Yeah.
Shame about the weather. No summer like a Texas summer.
Yes!
I wouldn't give if someone could just make it rain.
Life Death Part 1.
Who are you?
Name's Forge, Storm.
Oh, shit.
I'd like to help you get back what you've lost.
How?
He can build anything.
I remember he was...
And more importantly, he's an emotional through line.
Yeah, is it like that? I think he was introduced in the show in the Days of Future Past storyline. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that is what it was.
They just did so much in 30 minutes.
Shout out to Astepro for sponsoring us. So some fun facts about me. I've been seeing an ENT the past couple of months. Got a CT scan done for my allergies, and right now I'm trying to find time to get deviated septum surgery. So like many of you, I am someone who's tried pretty much every nasal spray you can think of because I have difficulty breathing through my nose, which leads to day-to-day and sleeping problems on a consistent basis. So before agreeing to this, I wanted to try them out myself because this is a serious thing I deal with. They provided me with free samples. This is my second bottle. This is without a doubt the best nasal spray I have ever used. That's not some talking point. That's my very own personal testimony. Genuinely, for me, it's fantastic and lives up to how it's advertised. It's the fastest 24-hour over-the-counter solution available. It gets to work in just 30 minutes while other sprays take hours to kick in. It's also the only one out there that's steroid-free for 24-hour relief. Astepro has seriously changed the game for me, offering full prescription strength relief from nasal congestion, runny nose, and sneezing. The difference this makes is phenomenal. It's kind of insane how this relief to my breathing and nostrils just kicks in and I'm back in action really fast. So if you're like me, battling with nasal allergies and looking for relief, get fast-acting nasal allergy or symptom relief with Astepro. Go to asteproallergy.com for a discount so you can Astepro and go. It's faster with Astepro, bro. I saw that commercial. Astepro, it's faster, bro. That's ASTEPRO allergy.com. Remember, use as directed for relief of nasal congestion, runny nose, sneezing, and itchy nose due to allergies. Thank you again, Astepro, sincerely. All right, Reject Nation, so today I want to share something with you that has been a wonderful addition to my health and fitness journey that I discovered during the holidays, and that is Liquid IV's Hydration Multiplier. I'm down to my very last packet, and I'm freaking out, but it's okay. I got more in the mail. Now, a lot of you have been so kind to notice how I've been working on my physical health. Thank you for all the compliments. And one thing I learned is that proper hydration is absolutely crucial, especially post-workout and pre-filming after post-workout. And my wife actually introduced me to this product, which is perfect because we not only care about quality, but a good taste and quality product. So whether it's after a sweaty workout or just after, a good night out, you know what I'm saying? Efficient hydration and replenishing electrolytes is key. You just feel better and it tastes fantastic. I can't emphasize that enough. Another thing that I'm always on the lookout for too is products that have zero sugar or zero sugar added because that's one of my main dietary restrictions throughout the week. And they of course got products that fit that description that also taste good too. So yes, thank you so much. So Liquid IV's Hydration Multiplier is in summary is they are a non-GMO electrolyte drink that delivers hydration into your bloodstream faster and more efficient than water alone. Because sometimes drinking a whole gallon is not always efficient, but in fact it can provide the same hydration as drinking 2 to 3 bottles of water. I'm also big on efficiency. Plus, it's packed with 11 essential vitamins, and we know vitamins are good for the body. It's vegan, soy-free, gluten-free, and dairy-free. You can customize the water amount to your taste. Again, perfect for post-night recovery, traveling, or just having a big night out. You know what I mean? No. So, if you want to boost your support for the channel and boost your hydration game, go to liquidiv.com and use promo code REJECTS at checkout. That's liquidiv.com, promo code REJECTS. And remember, Liquid IV, it's not a real IV, but it sure feels like it. So stay hydrated, stay healthy, and let's keep crushing those health and fitness goals together in the year 2024. Hey, by the way, we're going to be at WonderCon, guys. WonderCon, Sunday, March 31st. Myself, Coy, Michael Tesler, and John Humphrey on the panel. It's going to be a weird, wacky, wild time. There's going to be blood and
body horror
and perhaps substances.
Yeah, we're gonna see you guys like we saw Gene
thrown to the audience the entire time.
Good luck.
It's gonna be a trip. It's gonna be great for us, questionable for you guys
at best.
Yeah.
See you there.
See you there. Let's transition into the review now.
Oh, it's going there.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the review, guys. What did you think of episode 3? This is what Greg and I thought.
Yeah, that was amazing. That's like this succeeded where a lot of what if fails.
That was so
Taking
dense.
Jabs.
Yeah, poking at other
put
things
one down to elevate the other, even though I loved What If Season 2.
Things can't all be good. I have to make things bad to compare them. They told like Inferno very quickly and like the highlights you needed. They addressed the techno-organic virus, which he got to deal with the rest of his life. They addressed so much in the way of like the clone Sinister stuff, because in the comics, Sinister's always wanted to play with the Summers DNA, and like the way he gets theirs through this. In the comics, there was always an illusion, which I hoped they would do, was for like 10 years, Sinister had the two Summers brothers, Havoc and Scott, Cyclops, but there was a third Summers brother, and it was always like teased that it might be Gambit, because their powers are similar, like the charging up and emitting of things, and then it ended up being this guy Vulcan, which nobody really cared about. But I would love if the show or the movies, because I do think the movies are going to end up using Sinister.
How nerdy you became.
No,
like
I mean, I'm fucking this guy.
No one really cared about
But in I think what's going to happen is, if you look at the Sony movies versus the Marvel Spider-Man movies, every time they're about to use a character, they end up using the character in the next movie. So Spider-Man 4 was supposed to be the Sam Raimi one, was supposed to have Vulture, and then it turns out that Tom Holland used Vulture. They were originally going to have Kraven be in Spider-Man No Way Home. Now Kraven's getting a movie. Like they kind of format a villain, and then they end up using him later. Bruce Campbell is going to play Mysterio in Spider-Man 4. Jake Gyllenhaal played him in the second Tom Holland. So it's like once they've got a shape of a character, they use them later. Throughout the X-Men stuff post Days of Future Past, they were teasing Sinister. There's even a Mr. Essex suitcase at the end of New Mutants. Like, he was going to be the guy. I think the best way to make the X-Men live action would be to let Magneto not be the big bad at first, or have him be like the Palpatine, and like let Sinister be the first movie's big bad. And I think it's really clever to use the show to get the word of mouth out about X-Men again, to get the hype around the characters again, but also to play with characters and have the audience get familiar with them. I think it'd be great to have Cassandra Nova in here before she's in Deadpool 3. I think it'd be great to have, Sinister used like this, and then that way you can kind of plant seeds, not use the canon of this character, but use the concept of the character to raise familiarity.
Yeah, those are all fantastic ideas for the future of X-Men that I love that you were pitching here, Coy. Now let's talk about the episode itself. Now let's rewind it back.
I see your point. Let's spin our mind palace like a wheel.
Yeah. Let's take it back to a time of 10 minutes ago.
We were in Jean's mind palace.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of crazy when I hear you like reference the comics, and because you're pulling from the comics for your knowledge because you didn't do the rewatch, and I'm going, well, yeah, that is what the show did. So the show sounds like it's pretty accurate to the comics.
Oh, good.
And yeah, so it's pretty neat.
I didn't remember if Morph dealt with Sinister a lot.
He did. Like
Okay.
when Morph comes back, it is through Sinister, and he's mind controlling Morph.
Got it.
He's in Morph's mind to basically manipulate and try to help take down the X-Men, because Sinister's always after DNA and shit.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I haven't watched these since I was 10. So I'm glad this is a fun thing, because comic show, they are really accurate.
And if I remember correctly, Sinister comes in, I believe, in season 2. And it is he disrupts Scott and Jean's honeymoon off their first wedding.
Yeah.
And that's when he's like, I want your DNA and I want your son. And I've done that to people. So I'm like, relate, man. Respect the game. You got to respect the game.
Do?
Sometimes you don't want your own kid. You just want to get someone else's and the profit. Can you imagine if you got one of Brangelina's kids? Woo!
Man.
The moneymaker.
Sheer gold.
I know, right? So, seriously, think about it, guys. But yeah, and I think it's really cool how this show is tying up a lot of loose ends. I think that I'm really impressed with the creative amalgamation of how they are continuing it, because it's a revival. They are continuing it. Penultimate episode before graduation day was the origin of Sinister in the 1800s, as referenced here by Morph. And then the show just kind of ends, right? So you're like, all right, his future's unknown. We got his origin, cool. But it also ended with this thing with like Xavier having a book that was about Sinister, and we haven't seen that brought up or acknowledged here. So what I think is cool is like they know how to. I've seen people come in the comments and be like, do I need to watch the original show? And I feel like the show actually, I think it's more rewarding if you at least know the comics or watch the original show. However, I think they do a great job by catching you up, or at least alluding to things from the past. And I'm so impressed with how they are handling this, because I do feel like I know for some people, talking any shade on the X-Men original animated series can sound like sacrilege. However, it is a very dated show, and when you watch that, you got to go into the time in which it was made. And the time in which it was made, there were certain limitations on what they can pull off, and here they get a chance to evolve it. And there are so many aspects to how I think they're handling the emotionality here that I think feel that could actually last a little. Like, let me put it to you like this perspective. The last episode was like 96. We are now, what, 30 years later, right? 20 years later? How's math work?
38 or 28 years later.
Yeah, 28 years later. I feel like this will hold up to date better 28 years later from now.
I see.
Comparatively to how some of the episodes were done in
96.
28 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And watching like the horror here of Sinister, watching how much of a loose cannon he can be, kudos to them going all out with the terror as well. And I love how they keep it like psychological, existential, how it's Jean having to save herself while saving someone else, act of self-love, ultimately by going to your core.
Who are you without your memories is such a good line. Just that concept of like, you are physically you, but if your clone remembers more of your life.
True.
Like, what is like your mind is who you are. This is just your like skin suit.
Yeah.
So like if the other person has more of your like internal drive, what does that make you? I love that quandary.
And also the letting go of pain, like that line when clone Jean, Madeline Pryor says, that's my pain. Like that unwillingness to let go of her pain and to cherish. It's precious to her.
Because it's what she has.
And how you feed off of that. Wow, that's deep shit right there.
Yeah, like, are these
awesome.
your friends? Do you remember them? This is my pain, my agony.
A line just like that. That's my pain. You can't take my pain away from me. I use that pain. And that is also my identity. Whoa, that is so fascinating and a good life lesson for a lot of people.
And then to land that metaphor with the birth and the tying it all to love, like so many stories are about how love conquers all, but what is going to be a stronger memory? What's going to bring you back to you more than like the birth of a child, or what's going to remind you of who you are more than that key memory? And the visuals, like you said, it was like a Terrence Malick film. The way they made it so abstract and then brought it back to reality through those images was so wonderful, because that was like
to reality.
Well, that's what it felt like, but with her needing to snap back herself. So we as an audience snap back as she needed to.
Yeah.
Which was really beautiful.
I think they managed to handle its absurdness and strangeness in a way.
The Inferno stuff's weird.
Yeah, because it could have just kept spiraling down that way where you could kind of lose an audience.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have mind if they just kept going balls to the wall, go all crazy Lovecraft. You do whatever the hell you want to do, honestly.
Comics do. I'll recommend you some runs.
Like X-Men's a weird comic. It's weird.
It's insane.
It's very, very weird. And I love when they go weird in this show, and they manage to do it in a way where every moment was there's so much about this I was like provocative, like and surprisingly sexual. Like
Madeline Pryor is a hypersexual character because she's all of the things that Jean won't let herself be at times. So this like aggressive, lustful, rageful character, dude. Her outfit in the comics is an awakening for a lot of teenagers.
Animation just keep a PNG of her in the corner of every episode,
just for us.
Just so
she's got like a loincloth for a lot of the. I'll show you. There's some, you know.
Time to pick up the comics again.
I'm just saying, when you're a kid of a certain age, those comics are an awareness you didn't have before.
Are these pages stuck together?
I mean, this wasn't near mint. Worth it. But I think it's really interesting to tie in the demonic elements that we are comfortable with in the MCU now because of What If, because of Doctor Strange, because of those things. And even now in the comic books, Madeline Pryor recently came back in a big way, like in the last 3 years. And right now she had a thing with Havoc, Scott's brother, because like she clearly has a thing for Summers's. And then from that relationship, she ended up being with Ben Reilly, a clone of Peter Parker, because it was like a brother wasn't doing it. So she found another clone that would suit her needs.
Oh, my biggest fear.
I know, right? Just the clone of you. Out there taking your biddies. Struggle. You never know.
I've had a clone turn into a slave.
It's that and the stealing of children. Greg's had a life, you guys. You don't know what he was doing before.
Real rejects. I tried doing just to take a load off my shoulders.
Lock up those Brangelina kids. He's getting real dangerous.
I'll do whatever I can. Take a little break around here. Yeah,
he just clones himself for editing. You're like, I don't want to edit anymore. I'll get my clone to do it. I don't want other editors to touch this, but me?
I would be that guy. That's why you gotta. The government has to dial it back.
Yeah, because otherwise it's coming.
I will.
Jamie Madrox, the Multiple Man, will be Greg first. The Multiple Man storyline where he just clones himself and they all come back together and he has all the knowledge of all his clones. That's Greg's goal.
What to do with Cyclops though too?
I love that Cyclops basically has to have his like walkabout moment. Also, one of the times Scott quits the X-Men, he walks out with a bag over his shoulder, and they use that for Jean or for Madeline Pryor. So like, there's so many moments that are narratively, you guys, if you haven't read a comic, will be like, oh, that's a frame they used. But for a comic fan, it's like they're using covers of comics to tell a story in a really fun way. Because why not use the art and frame it a certain way where we're like, whoa, exciting, and then like everybody else just gets to
love it.
Yeah, like the wedding cover they used in a frame. Like they literally framed, I think it was X-Men 32 from the 1991 run from Jim Lee.
Well, I love that they're giving Cyclops a true conflict here.
Yes.
And the way they handled Summers, because, the way they've handled... Nathan Summers, yeah. It is a Summers.
It is a Summers.
The way they handle Nathan Summers is great, because in the show, they established he's from the future. Someone pointed out in the comments that there was like something that alluded that Jean knew who he was, but they didn't make it explicitly
This
clear.
episode, I feel like when they said like Nathan, like it felt like she'd met him before.
It's 1,000%. Yeah, for
Now.
sure. Yeah. How could I forget you? Like, I think that's reaffirming that she's recalling the adventures with when they've encountered Cable.
Yeah.
And I wonder if Cable knows, though, because sometimes when Cable would encounter them, he wouldn't treat them like they were his parents. Like he wouldn't have a line or two that even sounded like
any sort of familiarity of paternal,
and
maternal.
That's why I was so unsure whether or not the animated series was taking that direction because of some of the interactions that they would have. But the way they explain it here, especially to have like Bishop as part of the team for the revamp, then to be like, oh yeah, well, Bishop, Cable, both from the future. Oh, this explains how Cable gets. I'm like, that's really clever to again tie that up, but also just make intriguing storyline and not just fill in a blank.
And I'd love to see Bishop and Cable have at least a part of an episode where they get the Cable and Hope storyline, where it's like them going to solve problems in the future or find worlds that work and like that hunt and stuff. Because Cable's, that's Josh Brolin. He gets fascinating. Like the character goes crazy places.
The body horror here, even that
Very
was still
intense.
sexual, like with the Rogue and.
Oh man, and just Magneto and Rogue, and like how horrific that'd be for Gambit. I love that they had that scene in the most horrific way because Gambit had to see it all as they melt into each other.
So disturbing. It was nasty.
The Morph just pressing the button like
too, like they're in the danger room all night doing it. Like, dude,
that's so mean.
I love the way Morph messes with them. But yeah, I'm actually surprised by this really is like the teen version. I think I said it in the last episode. The animated series felt like it was a kid show, and this feels like more in the teen direction.
Well, I think they know that the audience that this is for is either teens or even adults, because the people that watched it 28 years ago are grown.
Yeah, this is really great. I really love this a lot, and I know that they have 5 seasons in the original series, and we're only 3 episodes here. But from the direction that it's been going, I could see myself ending this season going, I think they did it better. And I know that is, again, people are really sensitive to sort of things like that. But I really think in terms of storytelling, and of course, it's really easy to go with the animation. Come on, they're able to do cooler action. But I am strictly talking about the way I think they execute the storytelling itself. I find just a lot more compelling. Sure, is it more modernized? Absolutely. And maybe that's why it speaks more to my sensibilities, even though I grew up with the show. I love it. I really love it. I think this is damn good television, man.
I'm so impressed coming from the comic perspective more than the show, because I don't remember it as well. What they're able to do encapsulating months of comic books. I remember reading Inferno over months. I didn't read it when it originally came out, but I remember it's so vast and it's even present today. So what they've been able to do to wrap up a bunch of different storylines and kind of blend it all together, it's been really wonderful. That episode was so much. I can't wait for what's next. And Life Death is next according to the story description, and that's one of my favorite Storm stories ever. And the setup with Forge at the end, so excited.
I just love all that memory, the mind hopping shit of how they just kept playing tops with each other internally.
Yeah,
literally swallowing
deeper.
It's like they were taking expressions, and then manifesting them into physicality,
right?
Which I thought was so cool. This is cool shit, man.
Yeah, thank you, animators, for the drugs you've done.
Thank you, Terrence Malick, for directing this episode.
We appreciate you.
Terrence Malick and David Cronenberg.
Exactly. Body horror and existential crises. We thank you. That is going to do it, Reject Nation. Hope you enjoyed this episode as much as we did. Leave a comment below. Let us know how this compares to X-Men 92 for you. And what do you think is going to happen in Life, Death in the next episode? If you haven't read them already, it's only 2 issues of comics. There's more that tie in, but you can just read 2 issues, dive into Life, Death. We will see you next week for Life, Death Part 1.
Coy, should we play with time?
Yes.
Let's play with time. I'm going to keep this part in as I say, hey, by the way, we're going to be at WonderCon, guys. WonderCon. Sunday, March 31st. Myself, Coy, Michael Tesler, and John Humphrey on the panel. It's going to be a weird, wacky, wild time. There's going to be blood and
body horror
and perhaps substances.
Yeah, we're going to see you guys like we saw Gene.
Thrown to the audience the entire time.
Good luck.
It's going to be a trip. It's going to be great for us, questionable for you guys.
At best.
Yeah.
See you there.
See you there. Let's transition into the review now.
Oh, it's going there?
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the review, guys. What did you think of episode 3? This is what Greg and I thought.